Hello, I made this video because I've been struggling a lot when creating operations in the CAM Workbench with selections. I've also struggled with selections when creating fillets, for example, when trying to make rounded corners, only the vertical ones, and similar situations, but especially in the CAM Workbench I've been having a lot of trouble when trying to select things. That is why I've ended up with this set of 5 macros that I'm going to show you today. I will show you how to use them, why are they useful, and I will try to make you understand how much time you can save using these macros. Of course, as always, when I'm talking about macros, you can download them for free from my Patreon page. You need to go to collections, and in the collections you have one which is called FreeCAD macros. You have here a list of all the macros that I have used along my videos and the 5 ones that I'm going to showcase today. But since we are here on the Patreon page, let me thank everybody that is supporting me, be it through a subscription or by buying any of the products on the shop. If you get stuck at a certain point or you want to optimize something, you have the option to buy a one-on-one 1-hour online meeting. And of course, if you want, you can buy the 15 hours full course. Let's go to FreeCAD. Let me show you the 5 macros and how to use each of them, why is it beneficial, and how much time you can save by using them. So let's get started. Let me show you the first macro, which is selecting connected wires. Go to the corresponding Patreon page. Here you have the link to download the file, put it in your macros folder, and then you will be able to run it. If you don't know or are not sure how to do that, let's take a quick break and I will explain how to add a macro to your collections in FreeCAD. If you've downloaded or created a macro and you don't know how to put it in the macros folder in FreeCAD, here is a quick guide. Go to the macro menu, select macros, and here you have user macro locations. Double click on the path, copy it, and then use a file explorer to paste that address, press enter, and you have the folder where you have all your macros. So if you download one of the macros on my Patreon page, put it in this folder and you will find it and you will be able to run it. To show you what these macros do, I've created this object, which looks a little bit weird, but let's say I want to fillet only the inside of this hole. How would I do that? I have to select the edges one by one, holding Ctrl down, and then run the fillet command on these lines. Is there an easier way? Almost. I can select the top face and then run the fillet tool, but this will also create the fillet on this text, on the outline. It actually throws an error because here on the text the 1mm radius is way too big. So the only real option is to select these lines one by hand. Well, it's not the only option because now you have this macro. Select 2 consecutive lines is preferably. After selecting the base lines, go to macro and run the select wires macro. You can easily see that it immediately selected all the wires which are coplanar with the first 2 wires selected. You have to remember this because if I select this line and this line, let's press Ctrl+Shift+1 to run the latest macro again, you can see that the wire that it selected is this one. All these 4 lines are in the same plane, so that's why they get selected. Let's run the macro again. First select 2 lines and run again the macro. You can either use it from recent macros or you can press Ctrl+Shift+1. And now I have this selection. Let's use the fillet tool. And as you can see, it now works okay because I can use the 1mm radius for these lines and it won't be affected by trying to apply the same radius for the small text, which obviously would result in an error. Besides that, I don't have the fillet on the outer edges because I don't want that. I just want it on the inside of this shape. This is one thing that this macro is really helpful, especially when you have imported shapes which consist of thousands and thousands of lines. It would be practically impossible to select those lines by hand. Using this macro, you select just 2 edges and it will continue the selection automatically. You can also use it to select separate wires. So if I select these 2 lines and 2 lines from this, press Ctrl+Shift+1, and as you can see, the 2 letters are selected, just the top lines, just the top wires of these 2 letters. This is really helpful when you're trying to make engravings, when you're using the V-Carve option, Even though for the V-Carve option I will show you a macro in just a couple of minutes, which is way better than this one. And since I've been talking about the macro to select wires, let me show another macro for selecting edges, which is really useful in certain situations. Again, let's talk about the same shape. Let's set a top view and imagine let's set a top orthographic view, and let's say I want to make an inlay with this shape. It's pretty obvious that when creating the two opposite parts, the square corners will result in problems. I want to fillet these two parts, make a new object, intersect them, and then I will have both the inlay and the base ready to be milled on the CNC. But how do I round these corners? The easiest method is to add some fillet on these corners. So I will select them one by one, run the fillet tool, set a radius equal to the tool bit's radius, let's say 3 millimeters. And now I have these rounded corners. I can create another solid, intersect them, and both will have these rounded corners on the inside and on the outside, so I can mill them on the CNC. But what if I have a really complicated shape? This one has 12 vertical edges, is not that difficult, but what if I have a shape with 2000 edges? It's practically impossible to select them by hand. Again, go to the link in the description or go to my Patreon page to the macros collection. And after visiting the details for this macro, you have a link here where you can download the file, put it in your macros folder, and let's go back to FreeCAD and run it, see what happens. Select one of the vertical edges of the shape that you want to use the macro on, and then execute the macro. As you can see, in just a couple of moments, it selected all the 13 connected vertical edges. Now let's use the fillet tool and let's set a radius of 3 millimeters and set a top view to see how the shape looks now. All the corners are now rounded. Let's create a new solid, let's intersect them, and I will show you what it really means to have such a powerful macro, such a useful macro when creating inlays. Let's use the two solids and make an intersection using the part workbench, it's much faster. Now I have the inlay ready to be used in the CAM Workbench to mill it on the CNC with all the rounded corners, so the tool bit won't leave the material unmilled and they will match the base object and they will fit together perfectly. This is why I use this macro a lot. Whenever I'm creating inlays, I can select all the vertical edges, run the fillet tool, and have the result that I want in the end. One last thing about the macro, as you can see, it doesn't select all the vertical edges of the object. This would have meant to select also the corners, the outside corners, all the edges from the text, which is something that I don't want. It only selects the vertical edges which are connected by vertical faces. Let's talk about the next macro, select connected vertical faces. Why is it useful? Again, let's talk about the CAM Workbench. As you know, I'm generally talking about the CAM Workbench, but it can be useful in many other situations. If I want to create a pocket for this shape, I don't want to create a profile operation because I will have to use tabs or have some material here that will fly around. If I want to make a pocket operation and mill all the material inside here, I will have to select all the vertical faces of the hole and then create the pocket operation. But let's go to the CAM Workbench and see an actual example. So let's create a pocket operation. I can create it without any base, but it won't generate any toolpath. If I want to make a hole here, I can use a trick and create a temporary face on the object, but that's not what I like to do. I like to solve the problems the cleanest way possible. The cleanest way possible to make a pocket operation here means selecting the vertical faces. How can I do that quickly? I cannot. I just have to hold Ctrl down, rotate the view and select all the faces one by one. This is a pretty simple example, but it can get pretty messy. You might end up having to select thousands of faces. Let's use the macro. Again, you can download it from the corresponding Patreon page in the macros collection. Just open the details of the macro and click here on the link. You will download the macro and you can put it in your macros folder. So now let's make this selection much faster using the macro. I will select one of the faces, go to the macros, select connected vertical faces, execute, and there are 25 connected vertical faces selected. I can go to the base geometry, click on the add button, and now the pocket operation is created. I can remove all the material from here without having the outer edges, without having the edges of the text, just the connected vertical faces from this pocket. Does it work in all situations? Probably not. Can it be modified? I will try to upgrade it a little bit so I can also select faces that are angled up to a certain tolerance, but for now it works for vertical faces. Remember, it is really useful whenever you are creating such objects with large pieces hollowed out and you want to use a pocket operation. Having to select all the sides, all the faces on the edges is pretty annoying, it's time consuming, and it's one of the things that makes FreeCAD so hateable by others. So here is the solution: quick, easy, clean. Select all the vertical connected faces with just a click. And because I've been talking a lot about the CAM Workbench, the next macro is really useful when you are creating text. You want to mill it either by a pocket, by a V-Carve, by engraving it. Let me show you how to use it, how time-saving and how easy it is to use that macro. As you can see, I made my job really easy. What if you have to select this text? Probably I should have placed a question mark at the end, but let's leave it like this. Let's say you want to V-Carve this text. What is the only solution? Zoom in, select the bottom face, hold Ctrl, and keep on doing this with all the text. What if you have a complicated graphical design with a lot of faces? You will have to lose a lot of time to do that selection, to make that, in order to be able to make the V-Carve. What if you change the text? The faces most probably will have different names, everything will be messed up, and you will have to edit the V-Carve operation and start over with all those changes. That's the moment when everybody really hates FreeCAD. Well, let's find a solution to that and make everybody love FreeCAD by using a simple macro. Go to the Patreon page, to the page of the select faces at the same height macro. Here you have the link to download it, put it in your macros folder. And now let me show you how easy it is to have all this text selected by just a few clicks. Select any of the faces on the text, run the select faces at the same height macro, and there you have it. The entire text is selected, all the faces. You don't have to worry if you left some point for the eye, for example. You might forget to select it. This way, the macro will make the selection for you. All the text will be selected by just using the macro. Now let's create a V-Carve operation, and now I have an error because I don't have a suitable tool controller. I need a V-Carve toolbit, a V toolbit, so let's go to the job and add it. One nice thing about this particular case is the error that pops up on the screen. That is the way FreeCAD should show all the errors, so you know what is happening, not having to guess or keeping your eyes on the report view more than you keep it on the model that you are designing. And since we're talking about pop-ups, I've tried to make the macros to show you the errors on the screen. Hopefully that helps to understand what's going on each time you're having a problem. Now let's get back to our situation. Let's edit the job. Let's add a 60 degrees V-bit. And now let's select one of the faces, run the macro again. After the selection is done, let's create a new V-Carve operation. As you can see, the base geometry has all these faces there. I can create the V-Carve operation. I don't have to lose time to select all the faces manually. I have the V-Carve operation created. Everything is just as it should be. So it's incredibly faster to use this macro if you have such similar situations where you have a lot of faces which are the same level, at the same height, and you have to select them to create various operations. For the last macro, I've opened this file that I've used for a previous video. You can watch it on my channel, where I'm using an imported SVG, and I've grouped all these lines into a compound, and I want to make an engraving along these lines. If I want to use the object here, the model lines, you can see it highlighted as selected. Everything seems okay, but I won't be able to make the engrave because I cannot add this object to the base geometry. Why can't I add that object to the base geometry? Since they are lines. They are not only lines, They are lines and the vertices at the ends, they get selected together whenever I select the object from the tree. So the only solution for this was to manually select all the lines as you have seen in that video. This is pretty simple, I just have 8 lines, but what if I have more complicated graphics with thousands of lines? Most probably I will lose hours selecting that for such a simple thing. Just making an engrave, it's horrible, I hate FreeCAD, uninstall it and go to a paid commercial solution. But now let me show you how to do that very quickly, very clean, very easy, in just a couple of moments, so you can continue using FreeCAD and saving money. Let's select the object again, the model, the lines model, and now let's go to macros, around the on the edges macro, click on execute, and if you zoom in you can see now that the vertex at the end is no longer selected, but the easiest way to show you is just create an engrave operation, select the 60 degrees V-bit, go to the base geometry and you have all the edges selected and add it to the engrave base geometry. So whenever you're having a complicated SVG imported with thousands of lines and you feel overwhelmed by the fact that you have to select them one by one, download this macro from my Patreon page and you will be able to quickly select only the lines, not the vertices, not the faces of the object, just the lines. The only thing you need to do is to select the object in the tree and then run the macro. After that, create the operation using the highlighted selection, and it will not select the vertices at the ends of the lines or faces if the design has some faces. Thank you all for watching. I hope you will find these macros useful. Don't forget to visit my Patreon page to download them, where you can support me. It will help me a lot, help me keep doing what I'm doing, make all these videos, which I hope are very useful to you. Thank you for watching and see you next time.